But yeah, dog, the real YN, man. But welcome back to another episode of Lunchin with Don and Lon, man, where we bring you lunch table conversations and we lace them with facts here. I'm your host, the Don of all Dons already, and this is my dog, Lonnie Cabal.
Yee, what it do it is, y'all. It's your man Lonnie Cabal. Yee, here for another day. Happy to have another show for you guys. How you doing today, Don?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing as usual, man. As you see, as you can tell, it is right ACC tournament time, and my Tar
Okay.
Heels, we in the semifinals against them Dookies up the street, right? We don't really rock with them
Hmm.
boys in Royal Blue. There is no such thing as Duke Blue. There's only a Carolina Blue and there's Royal Blue. Okay, so don't get that fucked up. All right, but we in the semis today. By the time this episode come out, we're gonna already know, you know what I mean, the results of it, right? Hopefully we get a dub. I need all my dogs to come through on the squad so we can get a W. You know what I mean? But
So
that's
you
all.
going
You feel
you
me?
gonna do all that after Cooper Flag get that injury? That's fucked up, bro.
Hey,
That's
hey,
really.
hey,
I'm just
hey,
saying, bro. You throw the
hey.
jersey on. I see Cooper Flag with an ankle
Injuries is a
injury.
part of the
The next
game.
day, I see my brother with a Carolina. I I'm, I don't know enough about the beef. I just thought it was a coincidence. A little.
Injuries is a part of the game. Cooper Flag, hey, bro,
Mm.
I hope you come back. I hope you come back. You know what I'm saying? I hope you come back well, right? I hope you get healthy. I really do. But at the end of the day, couldn't really care less about you right now,
Mm.
right? Don't really matter.
You
And
saw the
everybody that
shoulders, y'all.
and everybody that got hurt too, I'm not really concerned. I rock with you, but I'm not really concerned about you either. You know what I mean? Um, So I mean, we got championships, we got rings on the line right now. So injuries, it always happen. It's a part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Shout,
So
shout out to the Tar Heels, man.
shout out to the
I
Tar
ain't
Heels,
know.
man. Hopefully we can
Yeah.
bring home a championship, but we're gonna see, man. But moving on, all right, to our word of the day. Lonnie, hit us with a word of the day, champ.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And it actually goes great with what we have to talk about today. The word of the day is bamboozle. Okay. Bamboozle.
Hey, hey,
Bamboozle
y'all, loud on that
meaning
shit today, man. If y'all can't tell, loud on that shit today.
bamboozle meaning to trick or confuse. Here's some examples.
Bro, you better not do this, bro. You better not do this,
DeMarcus
bro.
Lawrence.
I knew you was gonna do it. I knew you was gonna do it. Go
DeMarcus
ahead.
Lawrence bamboozled the Dallas Cowboys and the fan base thinking that he really was one of us. That he really was a cowboy, like he really was a hot boy, the group that he started. Man, how we were confused. He went to Seattle and had a whole different tune as soon as he didn't get his money, as soon as he left. We'll talk about him a little later. Another example, because I'm really pissed off at DeMarcus Lawrence, but I'm trying to keep another example. Okay, I get another example. um the lady bamboozled the guy at the club thinking that giving him a thought that he had a shot at her when really she just wanted a free martini, a free tequila sunrise, a free Long Island, a free blue motorcycle, them drinks where they put all the liquor in and the
Mm,
bar's too crowded so you get something strong that you can sip on and get effed
mm.
up quick on. Yeah, the
The blue
woman
motor.
bamboozled
Oh,
the man for a drink even though she didn't like him. Um, Bamboozle. Try to use that 3 times a day to enhance your vocabulary.
mm.
Back to you, Don.
And yeah, don't let them bartenders bamboozle you into getting them blue motorcycles, boy. Them
Ooh,
they
that'll
are
put you
not
down.
it, boy.
Ooh,
They
they
are
got.
not it.
That's for the that's a drink for people that just turned 21.
Yeah,
Long Island's blue
yeah,
motorcycles are for people who just start drinking, who are kind of younger, pressed to be. Oh, I can drink now. I got my ID. That's for them. I don't think after 25 you should be drinking blue motorcycles in Long Island. That's just me.
bro.
But
Just give me my liquor straight with a couple of ice cubes and I'm good. I don't need all the sugary stuff and all the mixers and all that.
let the young ones who just got in the drinking game have it.
Yeah,
That's for them.
miss me with that. But moving on, man. Y'all know we going through a real interesting time right now, and that interesting
Mhm.
time is NFL free agency. All right, it's been a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot to talk about, and we're gonna get to a lot of it. But as usual, right? Who else will we start with other than the Nation of Domination, right? The
Yes,
Cowboys
sir.
Nation, the Star, right? Who
The
else will we
best
start
nation.
with? The best nation, right? And so we got to start with the Star. Cowboys been making some moves.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys been making
Slight.
some moves, right? We traded, okay? Cornerback Kyer Elam. All right, and I'm gonna give you
Mm-hmm.
his. I ain't know a whole bunch about him, but he not bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he was a former first round pick, 23rd overall in 2022 out of Florida. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so 6'1", 191. All right, out of
Mm-hmm.
Riviera Beach, Florida. Okay, last year he didn't play. He didn't play too bad. He had 13 games played, so he missed 4. 25 tackles, 17 solo, 8 assists. We don't really need him to tackle anybody. All right.
Yeah. Not.
But I mean, he had 2 pass defended. Didn't have any picks. Hasn't had a pick since 2022. He's coming from Buffalo. Hasn't had a pick since 2022 where he had 2. Not really a big fan of that. Not really a big fan
Mm-hmm.
of you not having 2 picks since 2022. But we do need
Mm-hmm.
some veteran experience at corner. And then we also signed Kenneth Murray. All right, linebacker.
Okay.
Okay, we definitely needed a linebacker. All
Mm-hmm.
right,
This
he's been
linebacker.
productive. Okay, he's been productive. So, 2020 he played 16 games. 2021 he played 11 games. 2022 he played 17. 23 he played 15. Last year he played 14 games. He played with the Chargers for his first 4 years, and then last year he played in Tennessee. Last year he had 95 total tackles, 38 assisted,
Mm-hmm.
3.5 sacks, 3.5 tackles for
Okay.
loss. His best season with the Chargers was 2023, where he played 15 games. He had 107 tackles, 79 solo, 28 assisted, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. His forced fumbles, right? He had 1 last year, 1 in 2022. And then interceptions, he had 1 last year, 1 2023, and 1 in 2022. All right. So he's really an all around,
Mm-hmm.
linebacker, right? He gets some interceptions, not a whole lot, right? More than I would want more, right? But at the end of the day, you don't expect that from your linebacker. So we signed both of them,
Mm-hmm.
or we traded for both of them. Retained,
Mm-hmm.
all right, like we talked about before, we retained Osa, right? 4-year, 80 mil. Big Turb. Big Turb staying a Cowboy, baby. 3 years, 18 million. 3 years, 18 million.
Absolutely.
All right. Marquise Bell, our safety for FAMU. Okay, 3 years, 12 million. Keep balling, boy. I know you out there playing. Keep doing your thing now.
Can I
Trent
say? Can I say
Reed.
some? Can I say something about
Absolutely.
Marquise right quick? And if you're a real Cowboy fan, I ain't gonna say who's a real one, who's not, because when you have a big market like this, different fans cheer for different reasons. But if you're a real fan that follows the game, then you know Marquise Bell impact on his team, especially when Dan Quinn was here.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dan Quinn really doesn't believe in linebackers like that. That's why he always has a terrible run defense. But we're not gonna make this about Dan Quinn. Marquise Bell stepped up as a safety and played linebacker and was making noise, like really striking shit. So I'm
And we
happy
needed
to
him for
retain
sure.
him. I think it's a good re-sign. He got hurt last year. That's why we didn't see a lot of him. And I'm excited to see, what we're gonna do with him. Shout out to Marquise.
Yeah, for sure. Then we signed long snapper Trent Siege, 3 years, 4.45 million. All
You
right.
got your money. Yeah.
CJ Goodwin, corner. All right. 1 year, 1 mil, 1 point, almost 1.5. Really a prove it deal, right? A 1 year, like
Hmm.
what you can do. What you can do on this 1 year, 1.5, and then we're gonna figure the rest out later. All right. D lineman Tyrus Wheat, another prove it deal,
Hmm.
1 year, 1 million. And then our punter, signed him for 2 years. All right.
So we also signed yesterday Izzy Aquamu. We can't disrespect
Oh
Izzy.
yeah.
Izzy probably going to be our nickel. Izzy's a great cornerback, number 24. He's kind of young. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
time to shine. I think he can get a lot of play time very quick. I think he's going to be our new nickel back. That's also a great signing as well.
And then free agency, which we've both been
Mhm.
talking about. Like we ain't really been hitting on shit in free agency over the past.
No.
And I sent you
Hmm.
I sent you something. I texted you
Yes.
what was it, a meme or something like that. But like we haven't signed a free agent in the past 10 years for over 6 million a year, right?
It's a
And
fact.
so it's been like, and we haven't this year yet. We still
Not yet.
haven't. But hopefully we got some breaking news coming down the pike. I
Yeah.
heard we not finna get Cooper Cup, but
Hmm.
it's okay. But who we did sign, Solomon Thomas, right? We remember Solomon Thomas and those real ones that watch football. You remember Solomon Thomas from
Yeah.
college?
I'm
He's
excited.
wrecking shit, right? So we signed him 2 years, 8 million, nothing crazy, but just
Hmm.
again, come in and prove yourself, dog. Come in and prove yourself. And we needed some run defense. And so
Hmm.
Solomon Thomas, I think if he ends up panning out for us, he'll end up being a big piece, right?
Hmm.
O lineman, which we know we needed after after Big Zach, man. After Big Zach. 1 year, 4.75 million. A
Rob
lot of dudes we
Jones.
signed in free agency. And yeah, Rob Jones, I'm sorry. A lot of dudes we signed in free
So,
agency now that I'm seeing it. I'm not really happy with it, but it's okay.
hmm
Running back
Well,
Javonte Williams,
hmm
1 year, 3 million. Right? Javonte, you in North
hmm
Carolina, boy. I know you got it in your veins. I know you got that in your veins. All right, but you've been injured. So we just need you to come back, you know what I'm saying, stronger than ever and prove something to us.
hmm
Peyton Turner, edge rusher, 1 year, 3 million.
I'm
Zach
excited about him.
Jack Sanborn, we signed him for 1 year.
Excited about
Miles
him.
Sanders, we signed him for 1 year. So we picked up some guys, and anybody that's been watching the show, y'all know we've been talking about we need run defense, we need O linemen, obviously with Zach Martin leaving. We needed linebacker play. We needed depth at linebacker because of Overshown and because Kendricks is older, right? So we signed 2 linebackers. Or really 1 linebacker. We needed running backs, obviously, because
Hmm.
and we can talk about it, but my boy Rico, he done slid on us and he came back to the crib, and I don't blame him. Right here in North Carolina, boy. And so he signed with the Panthers. I don't blame him. Go get your bag, Rico. You balled out last year. You deserve it. But we signed running back, signed 2, Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. So we'll see how they both pan out. Miles Sanders has been solid over the past couple of years, and since he's been with the Eagles, and he was with the Panthers last year. And Javonte Williams, he's not old. He don't have a whole bunch of miles, but he's been injured. So, first of all, what grade would you give us in this free agency period and this offseason period so far? And 2, who do you think was the biggest signing, re-signing, or trade that
Hmm.
we've done so far this offseason?
Well, as far as free agency, I'm going to give it a C.
Okay.
Um,
Why?
I think the big splash is coming as far as the big name. I don't think it's going to be Cooper Cut because really he wants a lot of money, which I ain't say he don't deserve, but he really doesn't. He doesn't fit with what we're trying to do. I think more of a Keenan Allen might come through and be that
They don't want to bring
veteran
13 to
number
the
two.
star, boy.
But
Hey, 13, what up, boy? They don't want to bring
you know what I'm
13 to
saying?
the star, man.
I think Keenan coming to the start. But that's just my opinion. But I think these are solid depth pieces that's going to scrap it out during camp.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I said, I'm just happy how they're moving. They're moving. I don't think they've signed as many people in about 15 years this early. So
Yeah.
I just see the movement. I'm more excited with the process. It's not so much of the names and the hot names because, when you fall in love with all these Hollywood names, you're chasing a ghost. You're chasing a who they used to be. And there's no need to keep overpaying players or who they like used to be. Like a DK Metcalf is not too far from himself. So I understand that, you know. But just playing like Greenlaw, I wanted Greenlaw, but Greenlaw got paid crazy money to
Yeah, I
go to
want
Denver.
I
I
want
wanted Greenlaw, but
Yeah.
Greenlaw didn't even play last year.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna get we can get DeMarcus Lawrence later, but he just got he got a bag in Seattle.
He did bad.
3 years for 43 million.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you played 4 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
We're not paying you that. I mean, if we talking about taking your feelings out, and put a business to the side. Jordan Lewis, I love Jordan Lewis. Great nickel,
Hey.
20 million. Not getting that in dollars. I mean, we love you, bro, but we don't need you that you've been for 8, 9 years. You're a Jason Garrett guy. I'm not shitting on you. I'm just saying what you that bag. I will want for you to go get the bag. So when Jacksonville needs you more,
Absolutely.
they're really rebuilding. Like we're not paying you that 20 million. So I do think a big name is coming. I like the depth pieces because we're not going into the draft on an empty stomach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like going shopping. You know what I'm saying? They say the worst time to go shopping is when you're hungry because you start getting cereal, you start
Whole
getting
bunch of shit
hot
you don't need.
pockets, you start getting a bunch of bull because you're hungry. You're not thinking properly. But when
Mm.
before you go to the You know how mama used to do before or after, you stop at McDonald's or stop somewhere, get a little bite to eat. You know how black folks,
Mm-hmm.
if we celebrate, it's a celebration when we spend when we get groceries. We get a little something to eat on the way home.
I
You know what I'm
swear.
saying? You know
I
what I'm saying? Then
swear.
put the groceries up. But it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. So we got a little something to eat before we go on grocery shopping. Now we can sit and think we're not in emergency status, like, oh, we need a running back. We ain't got nobody, so we got to like slow down. We got some depth. I'm not saying they're gonna be here and change the franchise, but
Yeah,
push come to shove, that's what's going to happen. Also, when we lost against Detroit, when we got injured last year, injuries killed us last year. It wasn't so
absolutely.
much of us being a bad team; it was more injuries killed us. And when we didn't have anybody, we had Nick Virgil out there, and like these are practice team members, and we get torched. Like we lost to Detroit 47-6, if I'm not mistaken. Like that's bad, but we didn't have anybody. So I like how they're building the depth. I like the depth pieces, and I'm just being patient. I'm just happy that they're moving early, earlier than usual, doing a lot of signings earlier than usual. I'm just ready to see Miles Sanders. As far as the most impactful, is probably Miles Sanders. The most productive out of all of them. The most, but just put some stuff on the wall. I would say it's Miles Sanders. We got him like at 12 in the morning when
Mm-hmm.
Micah and DeMarcus Lawrence and everybody was beefing. So I think the Jones family, like, hold on, let's get this guy signed because every from what I've seen, even with the content creators, the Cowboys, they've been getting into it. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's antsy. Everybody's pissed off at the Joneses, which we should be. And I think they're feeling the heat just a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then just to land this plane, as far as the depth pieces, what I also like is these are all former first round picks, right? Or I think Solomon was a top three.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, sometimes all you need is just another difference of scenery. Sometimes you're not in the right scheme. It's not that you're a bad player, you're just under the wrong coaching. And so even these guys being depth pieces that these first round bust or late first rounders, all they need is the great coaching or great program to go forward. And I think Matt Eberflus he's a linebacker whisperer, so I ain't even worried about that. But I just think this staff is going to mold them because we're already in a soft rebuild. It's a whole new regime coming in, so we need some new faces, and a lot of these guys are athletic. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I want some more stronger. You know what I'm saying? I would take a high profile name just so that the nation could be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's somebody who can really make a difference, not just a bunch of backup pieces. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that our biggest the person that's gonna bring the most that's gonna make the most impact like right now, honestly, is Kenneth Murray, right? I think
Mm,
because he's experienced, he makes tackles, he plays hard, like he's proven, you know what I'm saying? And so I think him and I think Overshown, they're gonna bring a lot of speed.
yeah.
When Overshown,
Hmm.
because Kenneth Murray, he's not one of them like big jarhead type dudes. He's more like a fast player, right? He's more speed. Sanborn is more of the Mike,
Yeah.
the middle
The
linebacker, right? And so we're
downhill.
gonna have it's gonna be interesting on how they integrate into our defense, right? Obviously, it's a whole new defense, but how they integrate because they're both new, right? This is gonna be their first time playing like
Hmm.
as a Cowboy, right? And so seeing how they're gonna integrate into the defense and how our defense is gonna gel together in the first place, because we still got a lot of injuries on defense, right? If I'm looking
Absolutely.
at the projected depth chart, Overshown coming off an injury, Trayvon Diggs coming off an injury, right? Kamon Hall coming off an injury, uh Kalen Carson coming off injury, Marquise
Yeah.
Bell, Josh Butler,
Yeah.
Sam Wood. Like we got all of these dudes. Shit, our punter,
Hmm.
Brandon Aubrey, or place kicker, I'm sorry, coming off an injury.
Hmm.
Offensively, don't have as many injuries, but Dak, our most important piece, coming off an injury.
Absolutely.
Nathan
Big
Thomas,
injury.
who plays tackle, coming off an injury. Earl Bostic, who plays tackle, coming off an injury. So we got a lot of injuries, right? Offensive line wise, they got Robert Jones coming in projecting as a starter at the right guard spot. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
and right now we still got Turk as a starting receiver projected. And so I'm not really feeling that. I rock with Turk 100%, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah. Yeah.
how he's going to be as a starter, right? As a starting receiver, I'm not really sold on it, right? But I say that, but I know he gives us explosive plays, but he just splits his time between returning and receiving. So I think we
Mm.
still need another receiver. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
I agree.
I think that Kenneth Murray is gonna be the one that comes in and gives us or makes the most immediate impact for us. So we'll see, man. Moving on, man. So last night, well,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, shout out to Tank, right? Shout out to DeMarcus Lawrence for
There
doing
we go.
everything. Every for, hey
DeMarcus
man,
Lawrence, you're
he's
right.
still Tank in my book, man. Because
Yeah,
for what
okay.
he did for
Not
the
in
Cowboys,
mine.
you know what I'm saying? He balled out. Like he balled out. He was not one of them dudes that just rushed the passer,
Mm-hmm.
didn't do anything. He was a run stopper as well. Motherfucker was a freak athlete, and he was the main
Mm-hmm.
guy. He was the guy until Micah
Mm-hmm.
stepped in there, right? And so I
Mm-hmm.
look, I don't have no quarrels with you, Tank. So I shout out to you, right? But last night, okay, and we're gonna play the clip. But last night or yesterday, Tank was traded to, or not, I don't think he was
Mm-hmm.
traded yesterday, but at the end of the
No,
day,
you
he was traded to the Seahawks, right? He signed with the Seahawks. Okay. Like Lon said, he got a bag from the Seahawks, right? He did an
got it back.
interview. He did
Absolutely.
an interview with I can't remember what his name is. He probably is somebody from the Seahawks, right?
A
Just
nobody.
his
A
first
nobody.
day, his first day at the Seahawks.
So, right. Everything you said about DeMarcus Lawrence, it's true. Great defensive end, what they call edge now. I'm getting a lot of bitter ex-girlfriend energy from him. And it's crazy, right? How you say this, how you say, my home is in Dallas, but I wasn't going to win a Super Bowl there. Well, why didn't you request a trade? Because this is when the sucker shit comes in. Because DK Metcalf made it known, I want to get out of Seattle. He wants to go to a contender. He went to Pittsburgh. He said, I want to go. It's funny because DK said, I want to go somewhere warm and I want to be part of a contender. They sent you to Pittsburgh. But I digress. If you believe that you weren't going to get a Super Bowl, why you never requested a trade? You know what it is? I think because after that time we got whooped by them Saints, and you could see the tension in the locker room. And I heard when Micah basically said everybody needs to do their job. Basically, people are playing too much hero ball. I think either he said it, DeMarcus said it, or Micah said it. It was tension in the locker room.
Tank said that.
Tank said that. People playing too much hero ball, which he has a point. However, you go to Seattle and say you say you want to leave Dallas, they weren't gonna win a Super Bowl, yet you go to Seattle. Now, how you feel about them not winning the Super Bowl? Listen, I can't. I'm not in the locker room. All that. Da 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 da. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion. But to say that on the way out and all this whole fan base, we loved you and you had these chains and we was the hot boys and all of this, and you go say that sucking shit, it sounds like you're jealous. It sounds like you're jealous of Micah. Micah's about to get a bag. Micah's the new face of the defense, and he's the new leader. Now, does he talk a little bit too much? Yeah. But on the field, he's done more than you. He's done more than you, shown up more than you. And last year you played 4 games. Now, whether you were faking your injury because you just didn't want to play or you was really injured, I don't know. But that wasn't veteran shit. And for you to talk about this whole Super Bowl thing, you were with us for 10 years, DeMarcus. Like when Keyshawn said something about us like early in the season last year about the Cowboys and da 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 in 30 years. Keyshawn, you were part of the problem too. All of y'all saying this about the Cowboys, talking about this and that. You were part of the problem. You had the jersey. If you really, I think you're really mad at the front office. Just say Jerry Jones' name, bro. But don't try to diss the whole star. Don't try to diss everybody that's with it. Be a man and say who you really mad at. Because now it's like you dissing all of us now. And you was the main one with these chains. And if I'm not mistaken, after we got blown out against the Packers, you went on first take, and you know Shannon Sharp don't like us. You know Stephen A don't like us. They asked you what happened during the game. The first thing you said was, "Oh man, I don't know, man. We worn out, man. We were tired." What?
Yeah, that wasn't a good look. Um,
Excuse me? And you supposed to be a leader,
yeah,
the defensive leader, Tank, and you gonna go up there and say we were tired? That's why Stephon Gilmore. I make sense now. Because I remember they asked him a similar question on a different podcast, right? Because you giving them fuel. They already don't like us. But when you say stupid shit like we were tired, it make us look soft, right? And you get paid to play. You don't have a job, then you go to work, and then you come out and play. No, your full job is to play in the NFL. So I don't want to hear nothing about being tired. Stephon Gilmore, basically, they asked him the same question. Said, yeah, basically, Tank said you guys were tired and everything. Gilmore was looking like he didn't want to disrespect. He was basically like, man, you can look this up, guys. He was like, man, everybody's tired of the playoffs. Stephon Gilmore has a ring. So just the look on his face showing like, what the fuck is DeMarcus Lawrence talking about? So I'm seeing you were the leader. All these big moments we fold on defense, yet you're the leader. The common denominator is that you were the problem. And you've done great things for Dallas. I was a big Tank fan until yesterday, until you said that Bam and shit. But I can't take away from what you've done. But if you want to see somebody's true colors, make them mad. Because one thing I've seen, because he said on another interview that he said that he wants to stay in Dallas. This was this year before he went to Seattle. I want to stay in Dallas. I'm just waiting for them to put something on the table. So two things could have happened. One, you didn't get the money you thought you deserved or that you wanted. Two, they might have even offered you a contract. So you're doing all this because you couldn't get your way. Good luck out there. Like I said, I thought that was some sucker shit because you are part of that same defense that you're talking about. Because you went against Micah talking about if we were winning more, I would have stayed and focused on winning. Nigga, you were with the team for 10 years.
Yeah, bro. So clearly you on the Micah side, right? I'm not gonna say I'm on Tank side, but I don't have no problem with what bro said. I'm gonna be real. I don't have no problem with what he said. Because at the end of the day, I feel like Micah, a hit dog or holler. He didn't say nothing about Micah. He ain't say
No,
hey,
he
Micah,
dissed. No, he dissed Dallas. No,
for sure.
I don't mean to cut you off. He dissed everybody.
The reality of it is, he said what all of us been saying. He said what me and you been saying forever. If Jerry don't get up out of there, if Steven don't get out,
He didn't say Jerry though. He didn't say Jerry's name.
But who owns the Dallas Cowboys, my nigga? Like,
so say his name.
Hold on. But do you have to? Like, because at the end of the day,
yes, you do. Because yes, you do have to say his name.
Hold on. You don't have to, because all I'm gonna say is the Cowboys. I'm gonna say the Cowboys. I'm not winning no Super. He said I'm not winning no Super Bowl there, right? And at the end of the day, we all been talking about the same shit forever. We all been talking about the same shit until Jerry, until Steven, until
He didn't say that though.
Hold on, bro. I'll let you talk. Hold on. Until Jerry, until Steven, until Charlotte, until the culture changes in Dallas, you ain't winning no Super Bowl there. You ain't got to say no names. Everybody know what the fuck is going on. Everybody know what's going on. And so you don't change the culture until you change the people. Until all them change, which also involves bringing some more players in, some different players in, shit ain't gonna change. So you can't win a Super Bowl there. We've been saying the same thing. We've been saying with the players that we got in the locker room right now, we can't win no Super Bowl. We've been saying with the front office people we got up there, we can't win no Super Bowl. So he's not just speaking to the front office. He's not just speaking to the players. He's speaking to it as a whole. Right? And he definitely wasn't speaking directly to Micah, because he said the Cowboys. So that can mean Dak, that can mean CD, that can mean Overshawn, that can mean all of these Trayvon Dick, that can mean all of them. So why would I sit up there and do some dumbass shit like say all these dudes' names instead of just saying the Cowboys, which encompasses the whole thing? So I didn't have no problem with it, because he been saying exactly what we've been talking about for the past 30 years since we've been alive, dog. Like, until all this shit changes, mainly the front office, we ain't winning no Super Bowl. And we all know that to this day. We're gonna be happy and we're gonna say, okay, yeah, we might be competitive and shit next year, but we all know what's good. We all know what's good. So I didn't have no problem, because at the end of the day, he came and gave everything he had for us. And so it'd be different if he was like to go to basketball. And I'm not gonna even speak down on this dude, but it'd be different if he was like a fucking Ben Simmons, right? Where he ain't never fucking play and he go to another team talking this shit. Now, I do have a problem with, like, yeah, you was in Dallas, right? You wait till you get to Seattle to speak on it. I get that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with what he said. I have a problem with when he said it, right? But what he said, I don't have no problem, because we all know the same fucking thing. We all know until Steven, Jerry, Charlotte, the whole Jones family, which it's not going to happen, but the whole Jones family, mainly Jerry, get out the way and then start bringing some more pieces in with notable free agents, get Dak out the fucking picture, then we not going to win no Super Bowl. I have a problem with when he said it, and I also have a problem with Micah.
I'm sticking up for his team.
Now, I understand him sticking up for his team. I get that. But, dog, he wasn't speaking to you. Like
He
I
was
said,
speaking. He said the Cowboys, brother.
but he wasn't speaking directly to you. So what I'm saying is, again, a hit dog will holler, right? If I'm if you felt that I was speaking directly to you,
Yeah.
but that's why you said something. That's why you said something. So
He said, okay, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off, bro.
so I'm like, Mike, it shouldn't be no sensitivity in this situation when it first jumped off, right? After you commented back and then like, okay, I understand y'all going back and forth, right? But initially, it shouldn't have been no sensitivity in the situation. Go prove you're gonna win it. Because again, me and you been saying the same thing. Like, well, after the situation, nigga, get off the podcast shit. Get off that shit. Go win a Super Bowl. That's the only way you gonna show buddy that or prove something. You think sending something on Twitter gonna make us feel like, okay, yeah, nah, he a real Cowboy. It didn't make me feel that way. It made me say, bro, get the fuck out the way. Stop being so sensitive. Go to work and start winning a real Super Bowl. Now lead us. Lead our team to the Super Bowl, champ. So that's how I felt about it. I'm not saying I'm on Tank's side. I'm not saying I'm on Micah's side. I just understand, like, I didn't have no problem with what Tank said. And Micah, after like once I felt a little like, bro, why you so sensitive about the situation? Like, what is tweeting something about the whole situation? What does that do? How does that help us win a Super Bowl, champ?
But this is what I'm saying. I'm glad Micah spoke up because he's the lead. I need somebody from Dallas to speak up. We already have everybody on our heads. These networks get paid to talk shit. No matter who we like, even the trades that we made, they talk down on Ryan, whatever his nigga name was, played for the Steelers. All these niggas. Anytime Dan Orlowski, anytime Dallas says something,
Right, Clark.
they talk shit on us. It's like we can't do nothing. If anybody else signs these players, that's a solid pickup. They can improve him. When we do it, they're bust, Jerry's cheap, all this stuff. So all you did was give more fuel to the fire. I'm glad Micah spoke up. Somebody need to speak up because my nigga, you were here for 10 years.
And did everything he could,
And
though.
no, you didn't do everything because you said you were tired.
He was being honest.
You
He
go up
balled
and
out.
you
He
go.
balled.
No, you don't, my
He didn't
nigga.
ball.
No, no. Let me stop. He
I'm about to say,
did
yeah.
ball,
I'm about to say, don't
but
wild out now. Don't wild
playoff
out.
time, he didn't show up. Playoff time, he didn't show up like he was supposed to. He has
Uh,
one sack in the last 3-4 playoff games.
I mean, bro, if we're gonna be real, who did show up like they were supposed to in the playoffs?
Okay, but I'm saying though, you
Like
Mr.
that
Hot
ain't.
Boy.
It
But
was.
you're Mr. Hot. But you're Mr. Hot Boy.
I
You're
mean,
Mr. Hot Boy.
that's
You
our
giving
mo
out
though. You know what
chains.
I'm saying? That's our mo. So I'm not
No,
putting
that's
it on him
sucker
either.
shit. But like you said, because Dez Bryant actually called out the front office. So I don't want to hear all that. We already know. No, we don't know. Call the name out. Be specific.
But
When Dez got mad, he
the thing
called out
about
the
it is,
Jones family.
that's what I'm saying, bro. If it's the whole culture of the situation, why do you need to do that? Like, I don't like for what? What does that do?
No, because you're being detailed. Because
What does
when
it
you
do?
say the whole, when you say Dallas, you're disrespecting the whole star.
Absolutely.
That's like me saying. That's like me saying. That's like me saying. I got a beef with Michael Jordan, right? I
Uh-huh.
don't like Jordan. I think Braun is better. But fuck the Carolina Tar Heels. Them niggas is ass. Wait a minute.
Nah, bro, because at the end of the
Yes,
day,
it is.
at the end of the
No,
day,
because he repping.
but that's
But
what I'm
I'm
saying.
being specific.
At the end of the day, he might have a beef with Micah, which I've heard has been the case, and Jerry.
Well, Micah,
Hold on.
but he should have called it out. Micah called him out because he know he was on some sucker shit.
But
Because Micah
again,
knew he had a
what is
beef with
if
DeMarcus.
I have beef with all of y'all, and the thing about it is, he didn't even say like all he said was I'm not winning a Super Bowl there. It wasn't like he didn't say I have beef with the Cowboys. He just said
No, but
I have
it
not
was
won a Super Bowl there.
disingenuous.
What you
It was
mean?
disingenuous. It was a disingenuous statement. And then he said, I'm here now. So you saying, I'm in Seattle, I'm not winning shit in Dallas. So you
Yeah.
leave Dallas and go to a team that's rebuilding. So what's the point of even bringing up a Super Bowl?
He said, "I'm not winning the Super Bowl there." And bro, you understand? What you gonna go to a new team and say, "Well, yeah, I'm just here because I'm getting paid." You gonna say, "Nah,
No,
I'm here to
I'm
win
here
a Super
for a new
Bowl."
start. I'm not even bringing up Dallas. If I got love for them, I'm here for a new start. I'm a
Bro,
Seahawk now. I'm not bringing up
again,
all that.
you
They're
got
not going
you
to win
can
the Super
have
Bowl.
love and you can still have some pain from what the fuck was going on, because at the end of the day,
But keep it to
hold
your.
on,
But
we
they
don't
keep it to
know.
yourself. So you
We don't
dissing
know.
us.
We don't know them backdoor conversations that went on between Jerry, between all of them, between Micah. We don't know
They
the
called
backdoor
Jerry
conversations,
name out.
huh?
Don't disrespect the whole team. Don't disrespect the whole franchise. Call
But
Jerry
what I'm
out.
saying is, it might be more than Jerry. It might be some dudes
They
in the
call
locker
out
room too.
Micah.
But why? But that's what I'm saying, bro. You talking about shit that's just involving being petty. Then who gives a fuck about being petty?
He was already petty when he said he wasn't winning the Super Bowl in
But
Dallas.
and that's enough.
You ain't winning one in Seattle either.
But you think he gonna say that? What sense do that
Why
make?
even talk about? Why talk about a Super Bowl?
What are you? Because he's saying I'm gonna win. I'm planning on winning the Super Bowl in Dallas. Any competitor, no. Like I don't give a fuck if
No,
I'm playing. Hold on, I don't give a fuck if I'm playing.
wait. You
Hold
say
on,
he's
hold on, hold on,
planning on winning one
hold on,
in.
hold on. I don't give a fuck if I'm playing with my little brother and his 3 friends. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna say we finna go win the championship. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say we finna go win the championship. I don't care what team I'm on. It don't matter. We finna go win the
So
championship.
he left Dallas and go to Seattle, who just got rid of DK Metcalf, who damn near got rid of all their franchise players. So he's going to win a Super Bowl in Seattle. So the Seattle Seahawks got a better chance.
Me and you know, no, he's not, right? But as him
So what you
him as a competitor. So hold on, so long. All right, let me ask you a question.
So leave
Hold
Dallas
on,
out of it because Dallas have a better shot of
hold
winning
on.
the Super Bowl before the
Let me ask you a
Seahawks.
question. Let me ask you a question. Right. So you're playing for Wesley, right?
Okay.
You go to you transfer to Methodist, right?
Okay.
Methodist is going through. They got a new coach. They got a new quarterback. All type of shit like that. You saying we finna be shitty? Or are you saying we're gonna win or we're gonna win a championship?
I'm not dissing
No,
Wesley
no,
and
I
saying
didn't
I
ask you that.
left
I didn't ask
Wesley.
you that. I didn't ask you that. Are you saying
No,
we're
I'm
gonna win
not.
a
No.
championship? Well, I
No,
can't
I'm
say
not
you.
saying nothing.
I'm a real competitor, so I'm gonna say I don't give a fuck where I go. I'm gonna win a championship. I don't give a fuck who I'm
You're not
playing with,
winning. He's
where
not
I
winning a
go,
super. He's
where I
not winning a
came from.
championship. You're not
Huh?
winning a championship in Methodist. You're not winning a championship in Methodist.
You're
Yeah,
saying that I'm gonna win it. I
you're
don't give a fuck.
delusional there.
Huh?
You're delusional.
That's fine.
You're
I'm
delusional.
actually in the
So
game,
you
so I
sound more.
actually
So
affect this
don't
shit.
diss. Don't diss a team who you just played 10 years for, and
He
then go
was
to a
being honest
sorry
about how
team.
he felt. How can you fault a man for
But
being
you
honest
left.
about how he
But you
felt?
left. But you left to go to a sorry team.
I left because they
Super
paid me, my
Bowl.
nigga. Like they gave me this bag.
They
What
don't
you
bring up.
talking
They
about?
don't bring us. They don't bring up Super Bowls.
He
Don't bring
said,
up a
"I'm not
championship
winning a Super Bowl in Dallas."
in Dallas. Yes.
What's
Why
where was
even
the
you
lie?
ain't winning one in Seattle
Where was the
either?
lie? Where did
You
he?
ain't
Where did he say
okay.
was a lie? Like I'm confused on like.
So are you winning? So are you winning? Because you're insinuating. This is when you open up the window for criticism. You're insinuating that you're going to win one in Seattle because all you
Absolutely,
had to say was
absolutely, because I
all you had
think
to
I
say
am.
was you left.
Oh,
Shit
hold
Dallas.
on,
You're worse than the
hold
team
on.
that you just
No,
left.
you're not making no sense, bro. Because what
I'm
I'm
making perfect
no,
sense.
no,
DeMarcus
hold on,
Lawrence is
no,
not making sense.
hold on. Because, bro, name me a player that doesn't think whatever team they go to is gonna win a championship. Like,
Myles Garrett.
who does that?
Myles Garrett just signed
So
a
you
hundred
ask,
some million.
go ask Miles
I'm gonna
Garrett.
go ask Myles, and if he does, he's delusional.
Duh, nigga, you're a fucking
So
player.
you just
You're
a
a
man that
competitor. You're a competitor. Who gives you you have to have delusional confidence as a competitor. Yes, I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I'm gonna win.
So my point is this.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna lose. What are you
Cool.
talking about?
Nobody asked you to say to you, Luke. Nobody asked you about losing.
I'm gonna say we're gonna win. I'm not gonna shut the fuck up.
He
I'm gonna
never,
say we're gonna win. I'm gonna rep for my
don't,
team. I don't care whatever team that
okay, but
is. I'm gonna rep for my fucking team. I don't give a fuck what
nobody
else happens.
asked, nobody asked you about a championship. Nobody even asked you about that. Nobody asked you.
Fine.
So what are you insinuating? You're sour. You're mad. You brought
Absolutely.
up Dallas. You brought up Dallas and Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Nobody asked you about the Super Bowl.
you're right.
So you're insinuating you're going to win one in Seattle,
You're
but you
right.
went to a worse situation.
You're right.
Just say
Again,
you went and got a
what would
bag.
you expect him?
You're bitter.
What
You're
would you expect
mad.
him to say? What you mean? Of
Well, I
course.
expect DeMarcus.
Of course
Well,
he's
I
bitter. Of
I
course
don't
he's a
I
little
don't
mad. Like, of course, because
I don't
he went to
expect.
Dallas because he expected to win a Super Bowl because he felt like just like a
So
lot
you
of us.
went to Seattle?
No, listen. In Dallas, he expected to win a Super Bowl, just like we did, just like a lot of us did, just like a lot of us knew we had the talent to do that shit, especially 2 years ago. We had the talent to win a Super Bowl. He's in the locker room, he's saying we had the talent to do that, right? But these other factors stepped in the way of us doing that, right? And at me and you, okay, you know just as well as I do that ain't no player gonna air out everything that happened in that locker room. You not finna do that. You not finna do that. And name me one player that has went on and said, "Hey, I got a problem with this dude, this dude, this dude in this
It
locker
ain't
room."
about that.
But hold on, hold
But you
on,
but you was on
hold
some
on,
sucker
hold on,
shit.
hold on,
You
hold on,
throw a shot, you
hold
throw a
on,
shot in
hold
the
on,
air.
hold on. So that's not gonna happen, right? So you asked me when I got here as the reporter. You said, "How do I feel?" I said, "Dallas is my home. I fuck with Dallas. It'll always be my home. We not winning no Super Bowl there, right?"
That
That's
was sucker shit.
that's what he said. He was honest, and I don't have I don't have no
You
problem with
ain't
what he
winning.
said, huh?
When he's not winning where he left, you're insinuating that you're going to win a Super Bowl where you left to go. You
Delon,
said,
Delon, yes,
Don,
yes.
listen,
But what I'm
listen.
saying is, yes,
You asked
that
you
is
how
what's
you feel.
insinuated. Because even though, look, put it like this, even though deep down in your heart, you may get to Seattle and say, "Look, I don't think we have the talent right now to win it." But who is gonna say that? Who is gonna not insinuate I'm here to win a
But
championship?
here's my thing, Don. This is my thing. Don't even bring up Super Bowl. Don't even bring up Dallas. All
Why, if
DeMarcus
that's
had to
your
say
goal?
was,
If that's your goal, why wouldn't you bring it
"You're
up?
not winning a Super Bowl in Seattle." You saw more
If
than
that's your
delusional
goal,
talking
why
about
wouldn't you bring it
you
up?
because you're dissing a program who's better than what you went to.
If that's your
You spent
goal,
10 years
I
and you're
don't give.
part of the
That's
problem.
what I'm
You're
saying.
part
I
of
don't
the
give a fuck about
dynasty.
them no more. That don't
So why
fucking
you talking
matter.
about them?
Again,
So why you bring them up?
because they asked me how I felt about it.
No, they asked you about how you feel about being here. Unless after reading see the interview,
Why would he start with "I have love for Dallas" if they didn't ask him about Dallas?
after we see the interview. So he asked him about the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, they said, "How do you like? Why? What do you feel about Dallas?" I don't understand exact. I don't know. I don't remember the exact words, but he wouldn't have
I
said
gotta
"I
see
have
it. I
love
gotta
for
receipt
Dallas."
it, bro.
He wouldn't have said "I have love for Dallas" if it didn't start
I
with
gotta
Dallas.
receipt it. I gotta receipt the interview.
If somebody asked you how you feel about how you feel about DC, why would you start with, "Well, I have love for Baltimore"? You wouldn't do that. The only reason you would bring up Dallas is if somebody asked you about Dallas. That don't make sense.
I gotta receipt the interview. But either way, you don't need to bring up Super Bowl because you went to a worse situation. Again, that was petty. He knew he was in the. He knew people were going to take that the wrong way. What he could have said was, I would think, if he had some love for Dallas, hey, Dallas was a good situation, but
Yes, he said.
I'm in Seahawks country now. I'm in Seahawks country now. I'm focused on the Seahawks. Let's get to the next step. Let's get to the next level. You want to bring up no Super Bowl because you're throwing shots as if they're never going to win something. Because but you were there for 10 years. So you're part of the reason they win. You can blame Jerry, you can blame everybody else, but Jerry and them ain't on the field.
Bro, you and I both know what has been the problem with the Cowboys over the
I
during our whole
know,
lifetime.
I know.
So who
So
you
if you
think
have a
knows better?
problem with the
Who you think knows better, you or him?
I don't know because he's coming from a sour
Nigga, stop
disposition.
it. Stop it. He was in
I
the
don't
locker
know.
room. He was there every fucking day. You don't have no idea as good as he does what the fuck going
He
on.
said he was tired, nigga.
What are we
And he
talking
said he
about?
was tired when it mattered, nigga.
What
He
do
said
that
he was tired when it
what
mattered.
does that have to do
When
with
it mattered,
hold on?
he said he was tired,
What
nigga.
does that have to do with him knowing better than you
Because
and
he's
I
on the
both?
field. He's supposed to be a star. He's a franchise player. He's a leader. And the leader's talking about we got blown out because we were tired,
Lon,
nigga.
Lon, you
Get
you
the
you
fuck out my locker room,
Lon,
nigga.
Lon, you got off a tangent on what I asked you. I said, who do you think knows better about what's going on and the problems with the Dallas Cowboys? Him or you and I?
He do.
Okay, then.
But
So if
I can't,
hold
but I
on, hold
don't know.
on, hold on,
No, there's no
hold
hold
on.
on.
If he
You're
knows
trying to
better,
manipulate
if
the
he
you're
knows
trying to
better,
manipulate the
if he
topic.
knows
He's
better,
coming from
if
an
he knows
emotional.
better,
He's coming
if
from
he knows better, then why would you not listen to what he's saying And you
Because he's
say
coming
he on
from
some sucker shit. That don't make sense. If he
because he's coming
inside,
from an
if he
emotional
know if he
disposition.
knows inside about the inner workings, what Jerry do on a
Okay,
daily
I'm gonna break
basis,
it
what
down.
Steven
I'm
do
gonna
on a
break this
daily
down.
basis, what Micah
I'm
do
gonna
on a
break this
daily
down.
basis, what Dak do on a daily basis, what Overshown do on a daily basis, what Trayvon Diggs do on a daily basis, and what Michael Kendricks do on a daily basis, if he
Eric
knows
Kendricks.
exactly Eric Kendricks, if he know exactly what these dudes do on a daily basis when they come to work, why would you not listen to him and what he's saying about what the fuck is going on and why he feels
Because
like they're not gonna
he's
win?
coming from he's coming from a bitter disposition. The same reason a girl gets out of a relationship and she said this nigga wasn't shit, this nigga wasn't loyal, this nigga wasn't faithful. She's coming from a bitter disposition because the relationship didn't work.
Is it not
So
honest?
yes, he knows. So
Is that not
is she
honest?
honest?
Is it not honest? Is that not her perspective?
Now if he was doing right, now if he was doing right and she mad because the situation didn't work out how she
But
wanted it
is
to.
that not her perspective
Women do
though?
it all the time.
But
He's
what I'm
coming
saying
from
is that is that
a
not her
bitter
is that,
disposition.
does that invalidate her perspective though? Is what I'm saying.
And yes, it could be. Yes, because
How?
you're coming from a bitter disposition.
That
You're
don't
not
matter.
coming from
That don't matter. It don't matter. I'm
so
inside.
okay.
I might be bitter because
Somebody
I have skin in the
you
game,
and a
right?
girl,
I might
you
be
and a
bitter.
girl. So
I
let me
might be
finish. Don't
bitter
cut me
because
off.
I have skin in the
I let
game.
you talk. Let me talk.
So,
So you dealing with a girl. You dealing with a girl. Y'all don't work out.
mhm,
Nobody's perfect. Everybody has ups and downs. You have
absolutely.
flaws, like I have flaws. She gets out the relationship and she starts airing all your business out. You don't do this. You don't do this. You don't do this. You in the background like, damn, you just mad because it didn't work out. So then everybody's taking her side like maybe the man Don ain't shit. Maybe he don't. Maybe he ain't faithful. He ain't all this. Whole time behind the scenes, you like, damn, you ain't perfect either. We worked through some things. It just didn't work out. So everybody's taking her side. You looking like, wait a minute, I'm not that bad of a guy. She's just mad. She's
So
not coming from a logical position.
hold on.
That's what
Okay.
DeMarcus
Okay.
Lawrence is doing.
So
He's
then
acting like an ex-bitter girlfriend.
okay. So then, right? Then that's why I said it was when he said it that I had a problem with, right? So then when
Okay.
from your example, right? She said, I don't do this, this, and this, right? If she's right, she may be bitter, but that still she may be right. If she said I didn't do this, this, and this, and she's wrong, and I got receipts like we did this, then she don't have no leg to stand on. He said they're not winning a Super Bowl. Have we won a Super Bowl in the past 30 years? No. So at the end of the day, if we're gonna keep it real, he might be right about something.
Man, that's some suck. Okay, all right. So we wasn't winning because he was there. We gonna take it there. He's gone now, so now we have an open window. We have more of a since we all being
No,
delusional. He
because
could be delusional in Seattle.
you and I
No,
both
no, no,
know he
no,
wasn't a
no.
problem.
You said he's delusional. He's a competitor. He's
Yeah.
delusional because he thinks he's gonna go to Seattle and win. Well, I think since he's out now, we have a chance of winning.
Okay, but you and I both know the real of the situation that he won't the problem.
Okay. I'm glad Micah checked that shit because that's what sucker niggas. I'm not calling you a sucker nigga. I love you to death, Don. But that's what sucker niggas do. They talk around shit instead of hitting shit head on. I wasn't gonna win one in Dallas, but I'm here now, Seattle. You bitch ass nigga. Just say
See, I don't.
no.
He
You's a bitch ass
addressed
nigga.
it. He addressed it, and he addressed it before
That was some
because
sucker shit.
like you
That's a
said,
nigga. That's a
what you
nigga.
brought up,
That's a
but
nigga.
what you brought up, what he
That's
said
equivalent to
though.
dry snitching,
What did
nigga.
you bring up? What he said after the Saints game? What did
Hero
he say?
ball. Niggas was playing. Niggas was not. Niggas was basically playing hero ball.
He addressing shit. That's not addressing it. Like at the end of the day,
Who?
I was pissed off he said that because I'm like, bro, you keep that in house. Like if you got something to say, bro, you keep that between you and your teammates. That's so I
But he's
wasn't
not
fucking
even
with that.
okay. But
I wasn't
Demarcus
fucking with that.
Demarcus was getting ran through too. They ran on his side too.
My nigga. Of course. He's not saying it wasn't saying that like he's in the shit. He's saying we're playing too much hero ball. He said we are playing too much hero ball. He didn't say this nigga is. He said we are. Right? And so again, I had a problem with it because I don't think you need to put that shit in the media. You keep that shit out of the media and you talk to in the locker room, right? But at the end of the day, he was addressing shit. And so again, I don't have a problem with it because he was actually on the field. He went to war, he went to Pro Bowls. I want to say he won all pro, but I could be tripping about that. But he went to it with us. He went to war with us, right? I just have a problem with him saying it when he got to Seattle, right? If he said it when he was in Dallas, I'm cool with it. There is no issue. when he said it when he went to Seattle, I'm like, okay, all right. But the reporter asked him about it, so I don't have no problem with it. But it is what it is.
I do.
Moving
We'll
on,
leave it
man.
on that one.
Free agents, notable free agents. All right. Tay Adams went to the Rams. DK, like we talked about, went to the Steelers. Big play
Mhm.
Slay went to the Steelers. Tank, like we just talked about, went to the Seahawks. Myles Garrett re-signed with the Browns. Geno Smith went to the Raiders. Jordan Lewis, hey, do your thing out there with the Jags, man.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be tough situation out there, but
Yeah, but you got your bag though.
Justin Fields goes to the Jets. And shout out to Aaron Glenn, man. I'm riding with you, dog. I seen you on Hard Knocks, and you seem like a real dude. So I hope you do your thing out there. Sam Darnold goes to the Seahawks, right? Sam Darnold was a baller. He balled last year. In the playoffs, he fluked up, but he balled in the regular season. He obviously, like we talked about, goes to the Commanders and protect. Laramie Tunsil goes to the Commanders. So who do you feel like is the biggest offseason acquisition at this point?
I gotta say Justin Fields to the Jets, man. I'm excited to see that because I take it he's going in as a starter. He just got paid what, like 40 million,
Yeah, 2
you
years,
know?
40
And
million.
he's been a back, you know what I'm saying? He did start off in the Bears, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. Towards the end, he started cooking a little bit, then they got him out of there. He got time to sit on the bench behind Russell. Now it's your time to shine. And you're going to a rebuilding program with a new head coach. You know, I think the Jets has been I think they've been signing people, if I'm not mistaken. They just released CJ Mosley. But you're going into a new situation, new head coach, a new rebuild. They counting on you, dog. Now is your time to shine. Because listen, a couple of them start, hey, man, because a couple like Desmond Riddler, couple of niggas didn't make it.
Yeah.
Once they got on that backup spot, they didn't come back from it. You came back. They believe in you. So it's your team, dog. You gonna be up there with Sauce on the other end. Pause. Sauce as a cornerback. It just
And they
the
don't
Jets
really
just give a young
seen
vibe.
it the other day. You know who his number one receiver is?
Who?
Garrett Wilson. You know who?
Who?
You know where they hunt? Garrett Wilson.
Oh, Garrett. Yeah, yeah.
You know where them boys came from? O State. They played at O State together.
Oh,
Yeah. So I think that's why.
that's gonna be
I
interesting.
think I can see that's what being a reason why they get. You know what I'm saying? They sign him, right? But I think that, of course, I'm an old lineman, right? So
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with Laramie Tunsil, man, because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, they need somebody to protect their franchise player. You have to have
Hmm.
somebody to protect your franchise player, especially with him being as young as he is in his career. As much
Who?
as I don't,
Tunsil? Ain't he like that?
huh? No, I'm talking
He
quarterback.
30,
I'm
right?
talking about their quarterback.
Oh, okay. Come on, Jaden.
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
so they have to protect him. You have to allow him to stand back there and deliver the football, because we've seen this year that if you allow him to
Hmm.
stand back there and deliver the football, he's tough. He's a force to be reckoned with. And especially now he's
Hmm.
got Debo. They still got Scary Terry. Much as it's the Commanders, it's tough, man. It's tough because he better not left tackle if we're gonna be real. If we're gonna be
I
real.
mean, well, we have a rookie who just we just Tyler Guy is a rookie,
Yeah,
and he's about to
exactly.
be
That's what
in
I'm
a
saying.
new system. But to Tunzel's aspect, he led the league in penalties.
He
Like
did.
the Texans didn't get rid of him for no reason. And I'm not, again, this is all biases aside. You know, it's a big pickup. It's better than the tackle that they had before. You know, so as far as Tunzel, I mean, you a 5-time Pro Bowler in the AFC South. Now you got to go against Dexter Lawrence. You got to
Oh
go
Lord.
against Micah. You gotta you gotta go against the Eagles D line. Like you were leading penalties, false starts, and holding last year in the AFC South. Boy, I hope your O line coach is getting you ready because this is a whole different ball game in the NFC East. Um, we gonna see. You know, all that holding shit. Hopefully they discipline you, dog. And for the Texans, I think personally the Texans won in that aspect because they said he was one step. Now this is the Texans talking. This is Texans country. Because I look at all the communities, the Dolphins, the everybody. Those podcasts, I'm always listening. About what they got going on. So the Texans kind of happy to get rid of him. But as far as the left tackle, it's an upgrade. Ain't gonna take that from him.
It's an upgrade. And
They
you
got the
saw what he
retirement
did
home up
last
there.
year with a lesser, you know what I'm saying, left tackle. And so
Well, he couldn't. Well, yeah, yeah, and like this is from the Texans, a Texans podcaster said. This is what he said. If he couldn't protect CJ, He's not gonna be able to protect Jaden. But we gonna see. I just see a lot of older players signing the Commanders. I feel
They
like
do.
all
I
older
mean,
players.
we talked about it before.
It's
Remember
like a retired Mahomes.
because they said that Quinn, he got a whole like his main goal was to fill the locker room with leaders, right? Fill the locker room with those type of dudes. That's why he went and got B-Wags, the B-Wags of the world, and
Oh, okay.
what Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I respect that, right? And I think that's what we should do. We should kind of get some veteran guy. And I think Kendricks, you know what I'm saying, he helped us in that aspect a little bit, but and just like Gilly, you know what I'm saying, when we had Stephon Gilmore and we saw what happened with our back end that year. Like when we had Stephon Gilmore,
Well,
our back end played the best that we've played in a while. And so, and also the coach, you know what I'm
well,
saying? But
well. I got to say this though, brother. The Eagles just won a Super Bowl, and they probably have the youngest defense in the league, probably in the division.
do they?
Yes, the youngest D line for sure.
Yeah, D line, yeah, for sure. But I don't know about the whole the
And
entirety of defense.
Zach Bond is like it's like his third year. He just signed a big contract. C.J. Gardner, he was there for like 2 years, but they got him to the Texans.
Yeah.
So that this year they had one of the youngest defenses, bro. So I'm just saying, like, I understand experience and all that
They
stuff,
also had
but
Slay
like
on the defense, who you know what I'm saying I think he was the captain of the defense, right? And so you got to have them type. Like who's
but
our captain now? Who's our veteran captain now on defense?
Micah,
Exactly,
what?
exactly.
So you rather trade? So who? Okay, so
I'm not.
who in the
No,
NFC
am I
East is better
saying?
than Micah?
Huh?
Who's in the NFC East better than Micah?
I'm not saying as far as playing, my nigga. I'm talking about as far as
Okay.
leading. When has Micah been a leader?
Oh well,
Family? Like when did we?
we had DeMarcus
Who was our,
Lawrence. We had
who was our
DeMarcus.
leader?
We had DeMarcus Lawrence for the last 10 years. So
And who was our leader?
Demar,
Who
we
and
don't
who's our
have
leader?
one now.
Who's
Now
our
it's
leader on
Micah.
offense?
Y'all hate on my boy, so I ain't even gonna speak on my nigga name. So y'all know who up there.
Well, speak
It's
it.
all right.
Hey, don't
Dak
get tight lipped
Prescott.
now. Don't get
No,
tight lipped
Dak
now.
Prescott.
He-
Dak Prescott.
exactly. Which is why we are where we are. So,
No, it ain't. No,
which
it ain't.
is what it is, bro.
No, it ain't.
Please, bro, you gotta stop. You gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop
So
acting
okay,
like
put
this. Like
any other.
just because you're a cowboy, you think Dak the best nigga in the league, or he gonna, bro?
He's not the best nigga in the league, but he has no weapons. He
CD
has
not a
nobody.
weapon.
All he has is CeeDee Lamb.
I'm not again.
You
I'm not.
put any other.
I
You put.
agree.
Hold on.
We
No,
need
no.
more
You took
pieces.
it there.
We
So
need
let's
more
take
pieces.
it there. So let's take it there.
Yeah.
You put any other quarterback in Dak Prescott's position, they're not doing nothing. They're not doing half of what Dak did.
Okay.
You just saw the Super Bowl. You just saw the Super Bowl when fucking nigga named Patrick Mahomes, when it got figured out, when they ain't had no receivers, when that O line was getting
What
punished.
figured out? What was figured out?
Well, first of all, the O line can hold.
Exactly.
D
Fuck
line.
the weapons, nigga. Fuck the receivers. Fuck the
But
running back.
DeAndre
It's
Hopkins is
O
dropping.
line, my nigga.
DeAndre Hopkins is dropping open
He
passes.
dropped one
What are you
pass.
talking
He
about?
dropped one or two passes, bro.
He couldn't get the ball off.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So his O line fucked him. It wasn't the weapons. And that I'm not saying our O line has been great. I'm not saying that by any means, because we still got a long way to go O line wise, right?
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
lost 3 Hall of Famers, right? So we got a long way to go there, and which comes back to the GM, right?
This is actually one of Patrick Mahomes' worst seasons too, and he
No,
still
for
made Super
sure,
Bowl.
for
That's
sure. I'm
crazy.
not,
That's
no
crazy.
doubt. But again, I'm talking about the weapons piece, right? O line,
Yeah.
right? But
Who we got a running
had
back?
our O line has. I don't think our O line has ever been worse than Patrick Mahomes O line this year. I'm gonna just put that out there, because Patrick Mahomes had a guard. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. He had 3. I think they said he had 4 people that played that left tackle spot this past year. And so you ain't gonna win like that, right? And then you had to move a guard out there, so it ain't gonna happen. We ain't never had to do that as far as move a guard. Well, Tyron Smith, but we always had another tackle to put in there. But our offensive line ain't never been as bad as Patrick Mahomes was this year. And so Dak, he got to come on with it. And we've seen it in the playoffs, dog.
Yeah, I'm not making, but
folding.
I'm not making no excuses. I ain't making no excuses. But Patrick Mahomes folded. That doesn't have a running back. We're just starting to get back to running backs.
Rico had 1,000
He's
yards
not an air raid quarterback, huh?
Rico had 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah, with Cooper Rush.
But I'm saying he had a running back. Like it ain't like we Rico. He had 1,000 yards.
Mike McCarthy started running the ball on the second half of the season. Rico wasn't running the ball like this before. They were passing. They were doing hook curls out the shotgun. Third and long, and niggas, no, it's third and short, and niggas still passing the ball.
And
Niggas
again,
couldn't get in the end zone when we had Tony Pollard.
understand.
So it's not all on him.
Look,
Not to mention the
I'm,
defense was
I'm
getting
not saying this
torched.
all on, but this is the
All right
NFL.
then.
This
So
is the
all right.
NFL. This is the NFL,
All right.
right?
So we gonna stop all this.
Hold
It's
on.
Dak is Dak. No, it's not just Dak. It's a lot more than that.
Bro, you act like I didn't play football. Like I don't know, my nigga. I know
All
that.
right, but
What I'm saying is,
but you
what
said
I'm
you keep
saying is,
bringing up we're not gonna win nothing with Dak.
we're not. We're not. That's a fact.
The Ravens won the Ravens won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer.
Because they had leaders in a fucking locker room and Trent
They had a
Dilfer,
defense.
Bro, relax. They said Trent Dilfer just all he did was not do fuck up. They had a defense. They had all these niggas that helped them, that got them to that Super Bowl.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. He had help. That's all I want to know. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
But at the end of the day, what
help.
did he do? He didn't fuck it off. Dak,
because he had a defense.
Bro, we had one of the best defense in the league, 2 years ago?
Who was on that defense?
Hold on. That was when Stephon Gilmore was there. I think it was 2 years ago. That was when our best. I think Micah
we had the worst run. We had the worst run defense on one of the worst run defense in the league. That's when James Cook ran through us. That's when the Packers put up damn near 21 points in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
We were down 21-0. That was defense.
During the regular season, was our defense not ranked number one during that whole regular season?
They look just like the Commanders.
You answered my question.
They were top 5.
They were top 5 the whole season, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when we get to the playoffs, right? What did Dak do in the playoffs against the Packers?
He threw a couple picks.
Okay, so again, Trent Dilfer, right, didn't fuck the game off when he was with the Ravens. Dak decided.
But Trent Dilfer also had a running back.
I let you talk. Dak decided.
No, he actually didn't.
Fuck games off.
He actually didn't. But go ahead.
Dak fucks games off a lot by turning the ball.
Because he has to force to.
By turning the ball.
He's forced to throw the ball.
He's not forced to throw the ball. This is the NFL, dog. You can change whatever play you want to.
How many yards did Tony Pollard have that game? Who played running back that game? Tony Pollard, right?
Did he play the whole game? No. Who's our? Because we traded. Our running back wasn't.
No, Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard was the backup running back.
He played that year.
He wasn't a full-time running back.
He wasn't number one when we played the Packers 2 years ago. He was, bro. Look it up.
I'm about to.
Tony Pollard didn't give a shit that whole year. You ain't got no running back. You got one receiver, and he still led the league in touchdown passes with nothing. We gotta stop. I get it, bro. I'm not saying Dak is the end-all, be-all. I'm not, but niggas be disrespecting that man like he's not doing more with less. You put any other quarterback in Dak's position, they're folding, my nigga. We're not winning 10 games. We gotta stop all this. That man ain't got no weapons. That man ain't got no help, bro. I'm not saying he perfect. Because even Jared Goff threw picks. Jalen Hurts threw a pick in the fucking Super Bowl. But he had a run game. He had Saquon Barkley. He had a defense. He barely had to do shit.
Okay, yeah, that was. And Tony Pollard rushed for 1,000 that yard.
What's he run for that game?
I'm not sure, but I know he ran for 1,000 that year. And so to say he ain't had no help, he had Brandon Cooks. We had Michael Gallup that year.
That nigga Tony Pollard was ass that year, bro.
We had Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Biotis, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele was the O-line. So to say he didn't have no help is ridiculous, bro.
It's ridiculous. Not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. So what did Tony Pollard do the game of the playoffs?
He had 1,000 yards. He had 1,000 yards that year.
What did he do bro? Rico had 1,000 yards and he only ran the ball in the second half of the year.
Oh, Rico didn't have a good season?
The second half of the year, we didn't even run the ball.
No. Did he have a good season?
He had a decent season. We wasn't running the ball in the first half of the year.
Bro, that's how I know
you shaking your head.
You're just bullshitting right now because 1,000 yards.
How am I bullshitting?
I don't care if you have it the second half, the first quarter, the second quarter. You had 1,000 yards, fam. Like,
bro, 1,000 yards. Okay, bro.
What are we talking about?
Bro.
What are we talking about?
All right. And Rico went to sign to be another backup in Carolina. You got it, bro.
He finna be your backup with Cooper Hubbard?
Yes. Why do you think Miles Sanders ain't there?
Why? Because they didn't need him.
That's Chubb's.
We signed
Okay, bro.
Rico.
So Rico's about to be shoved out of a starting position.
I think it's gonna be a battle in camp.
Oh my God! All right, you got it done. I love you, brother. I
It's
love
gonna
you,
be a
brother.
battle
But
in camp.
in all, we got to stop all this blame and Dak shit 100%
Why do we
because
have to
the
do
man ain't
that?
got no help.
Why
He
do we have
fucks up, but everybody on the
okay,
team
so what
fuck
would
up.
help look like to you?
Another veteran receiver like a
Okay.
Keenan Allen. I would like a Cooper Cup.
Okay. If Cooper
Something to get
Cup,
the pressure off CD Lamb.
okay. If we got CD and Cooper. Anything
and a,
else?
and a, and a decent running back.
What would
You
that look
know,
like?
you
Like
know
who?
Rico jump.
Like who?
You know somebody whose longest yard
No,
season
give me
isn't
a
under
name. Give
30
me a name. Give me
yards.
a name.
Nick Chubb.
Okay. Cooper Cup, CD, Nick Chubb. Anything else?
Maybe Miles Sanders. He might have a breakout year.
Okay, so Miles Sanders.
He
Okay.
could.
Anything else?
Javonte Williams?
Okay, we'll combine Javonte and Miles Sanders. What I'm saying, what
Getting a
other?
nice running back out this draft.
Okay, he need 3 running backs now. All right. So anything else
He
he
don't
needs as
need it.
far as help that you think?
Now that's good right there. That's all he needs.
Okay, so we had Tony Pollard
And
who
a
rushed for
defense. And a
1,000.
defense.
We
And a
had
defense,
Tony
by the
Pollard
way.
who rushed for 1,000. I'm just talking about in that case. I'm talking about offensively. We had Tony Pollard who
Okay.
rushed for 1,000. We had
All
Michael Gallup. We had CD Lamb. We had Jake Ferguson.
Okay.
And you got the best defense in the league.
Who got the best defense? The defense
We did.
that
I'm
was
talking
worse
about in 2023. We had the best defense in the league.
until niggas ran the ball.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean that year as a whole, we were the best defense, right? Our weakness was running the ball, right? But as a whole,
And that's what niggas did.
But I'm saying collectively, as a whole, our defense was the best in the league that year, right? So you got
It wasn't the
defense
best,
in
but
the
we
league.
was up there.
Yeah, we got top 3 defense in the league.
The
You got a
Browns,
top
the
3
Browns
defense in
was.
the league. You got CD Lamb, you got Michael Gallup, you got Tony Pollard, you got Jake Ferguson, and you got an O-line that had 2 Hall of Famers on it.
And guess what we didn't have? A defense that could stop the run. And guess what niggas did? Run the ball. We were down 21-0 in the first half.
No, but what did that do to help the situation?
What can he do? The fucking defense getting
Not
scored
turn
on
the
every
fucking
possession.
ball over, nigga. That's what you can do.
You acting like he turned it over the first drive, nigga. We went
No,
3 and out. The fucking defense got scored on.
Bro, the first drive, second drive, third drive, turning a turnover is a turnover.
We got scored on the first 3 drives on defense.
Okay, so now we're down 21-0, right?
And you want him to bring you back?
I want you to not turn the ball over.
I want you to not get scored on.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
Okay. What was the score?
So now I got
what was the score when Atlanta played the Patriots? What was the score in the first half of that?
I don't know. It was 23.
28-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 24. What did Tom Brady not do at that time? He did not turn the ball over. Bro. He did not turn the ball over.
But he has to. But he had a running back, and we're gonna be honest. They
Who's
start throwing them flags like
Who's the running back then?
I don't know.
You don't know. It was a no name.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say it was a no name. I'm not gonna say it was a no name. But it's probably.
But guess who? Hold on. Guess who was the head coach on the other side?
Bill Belichick.
No, who was against Bill Belichick? All right, I rest my case, bro.
What was the point?
Case,
I'm confused.
The point is, I don't remember the Super Bowl like that, but I'm taking it that niggas start running that rock. When niggas run the rock, Dan Quinn falls.
No, because you remember that's when Julian Edelman made the catch. Like they wasn't running the ball, nigga. You don't come back from 28-3 by running the ball.
And you comparing Dak to Tom Brady?
What I'm saying is that you're down
comparing
28.
Dak to Tom Brady.
Hold on. What I'm saying is that you're down 28-3. Like we were down 21-0. What you can't do in that situation, if you want to bring your team back, is turn the ball over, and that's what Dak did. Was turn the ball over. I would never compare that to Tom Brady. I would never do that. That's the most ignorant.
And he still put up 32 points.
Huh?
He still managed to put up 32 points. Bro, he still managed to do that with throwing 2 picks.
During garbage time when we was already lost the game.
And still, can we be honest? The game was over at halftime.
Okay, but what I'm saying is Dak played a part in that.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I'm saying, dog. And so
I agree.
Understand. All I'm saying is, as the quarterback, as a Super Bowl quarterback, you are charged with taking your team from here to here. Dak doesn't do that for us. He doesn't do that for us.
So Trent Dilfer.
Let me finish. I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
Let me finish. I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
Dak does not do that for us, right? And so until he does that, right? I'm saying yes, we need a defense. Yes, we need a good special team. Yes, we need all this other shit like all other Super Bowl teams do. But until your quarterback is able to take you from here as an average team to here, right? Then we're never going to win a Super Bowl. And Dak doesn't do that for us.
So Trent Dilfer took the 2000 Ravens from here to here. That's what
By
you're saying.
not
I'm
fucking up,
asking.
yes.
No. He took them from here to here.
Yes, by not fucking up. Absolutely.
Cool.
That's
All
a
right.
part in it.
All right, bro.
Not turning the
All
ball
right,
over.
bro.
Absolutely.
And they didn't have a running back. They had a running. Was Jamal Lewis playing running time?
I have
Who's
no
running
idea.
back?
I'm not gonna lie. I do
I
not know.
forgot.
I don't
The
think they
defense
had
was so
anybody
mean, you didn't even think
offensively.
about the offense.
Yeah, I don't think they had anybody offensively that was anything special.
Probably Shane and Sharp. That's the only nigga they had.
Yeah, but he was past his prime then. But like not fucking up is a skill, bro. Not fucking it off is a skill,
I
dog.
get it, but not being down 21-0 helps out a lot too.
Right, but that's just one game, bro. That's just one game. You and I have
They
both
did against Buffalo.
huh?
We saw it against Buffalo when they went to Buffalo and got murdered.
But I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is you and I have both seen plenty of time where Dak is fucking the game off.
Yeah.
We've seen it. And
But
so
he's not the only
what I'm
quarterback
saying
that
is,
does it.
as a quarterback, your job is also like look at your boy. And I'm not saying he ain't win no Super Bowl, but why is he getting even still in the league? Brock Purdy, because he don't fuck it off. He don't do nothing special. He just don't fuck it off. All you have to do is don't fuck it off. And Dak continues to fuck it off sometimes. Like, and I just have a problem with that. Like, I just need somebody in there.
But every quarterback,
in there that I can trust not to fuck it off. That's it.
Niggas wasn't talking this shit. Niggas wasn't talking this shit when Jared Goff was throwing picks like a motherfucker when Detroit was moving shit. But
why was
it's
we?
cool.
Who wasn't? Who wasn't?
The league wasn't. The league was ESPN, wasn't it?
Absolutely, bro. Bro, it's just like Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold had a great year, but niggas knew he was gonna fuck it off, and that's what he did this year. He fucked it off. Like he did. That was his fault. I'm not. And of course, the defense play a part. We all know it takes a whole team to win. But as a
all right, that's all I'm saying.
That's
all I'm saying, Dom.
But
that's all
Ron,
I'm saying.
You don't have to say that to me, nigga. I played. You don't have to say that to me. I'm speaking. I'm speaking from a informed football fan perspective. I know it takes a defense. I know it takes a special teams. I'm saying Dak fucks the game off a lot. And you can't do that if you're going to win a championship. It's not happening. Name me a quarterback that has won a Super Bowl in the past that's been notoriously for fucking the game off.
He's not the one by himself. I don't know. But
duh.
You can have that one, bro. But when you the only person on the fucking team on the offense that's doing something, you're going to throw picks. You're going to fuck up. Jared Goff
Tony
did
Pollard,
against the
CeeDee
Commanders.
Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Michael Gallup. Like, what are we talking about?
That was my nigga. CeeDee Lamb's the only nigga that was producing. Michael Gallup wasn't making moves like that. You talking
Michael
that?
Gallup
Pull up the stats.
Michael Gallup is a baller. Michael Gallup ain't shit.
No, I'm talking that season.
Michael Gallup. If I'm not, that was the season he was hurt. Is that what season he was hurt? Or was that last season?
He came back, I think.
That was the season he came back. Oh, yeah, of course he didn't do shit. The season before, I feel like he had 1,000.
CeeDee Lamb was his only target. And he still led the league in touchdowns.
Ferguson ain't shit.
He didn't produce like CD did. I didn't say he wasn't shit. He wasn't shit this year.
He didn't produce like CD did because the CD our best player. Duh. Like, what you gonna say? You gonna say he didn't produce like the other guys didn't produce like Travis Kelce? Of course. He their best player. You gonna say the other guys didn't produce like AJ Brown? Of course, he their best player. Like, yes, other guys.
But there's a one. But every team has a 1 and a 2 except the Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
That's all I'm saying.
Jake Ferguson.
And who else?
Michael Gallup. Like that's
Michael Gallup was hurt majority of the year.
Yes, but at that point he came back and he was still playing. Like he wasn't no cheese. And Tony Pollard rushed for 1,000 yards. Like
that was one of Tony Pollard's worst seasons, bro. But you go ahead off, bro. Go ahead off, bro.
He played his best season. That's why he got the bag. What are you talking about? That's why he went to Tennessee and got a bag. Like, what are you talking about? Bruh. You just making stuff up. That's not true.
I'm not making. Nigga, pull the stats up. You put 1,000 yards. Pull game by game.
You said it was one of his worst seasons. That's what you said. You didn't say one of his worst games.
And he was coming off I said, yeah. And he was coming off an ACL injury. The nigga was not producing that running back, my nigga. Bro, that's why they didn't bring him back.
That was one of his worst seasons. His first season, he had 455 yards. Second season, with the Cowboys, 2019, 455 yards. 2020, 435 yards. 2021, 719 yards. 2022, 1,007 yards. 2023,
Thank you.
1,005 yards. So that was his best season.
So
That was one of his best seasons.
so listen. So look at y'all per game. Because you talk about garbage time points. Dak leads top 5, top 10 in postseason yardage, passing yardage. But
and
he folds, right?
interceptions.
No, he doesn't. Postseason? No, he don't. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I gotta
He
see.
does,
Yeah, show
bro.
me
He
on that.
does. Other than with the
Okay,
certain amount
well,
of
you're
games he's
wrong. Okay,
played.
then all right.
With the certain amount of games he's played.
I don't mind being wrong. But he's top 5, top 10 in passing yards in the offseason. How did that got us?
Yards per game. I'm looking up yards per game for what? 2023, he averaged 59.1 yards per game. 2022, 62.9. 2021, I'm sorry, 2021, 47.9. 2020, 27.2. 2019, 30.3. So again, it was one of his best seasons, bro. Tony Pollard was balling that year.
Bruh,
That's why he went to Tennessee
he
and
was
got
not.
bagged. And this year was his best
All right,
season
bro.
he's ever had.
He had the
67
same.
yards, 67.4
He had the
yards a game.
same. He had the same amount rushing yards as Rico.
And what's your point in saying that? Rico balled this year.
It's
So
subpar.
if 1,000 yards is subpar, like when did 1,000 yards become
It's
subpar?
not. It's not.
I don't know what you was watching, champ, but I know that was our best season that we've seen. I think that we've seen at 12-5 in my lifetime. I could be.
I mean, we had 3 of them back to back to
It
back.
might have been the Romo season with the Dez pass, but
Yeah, I think that's probably the best.
so again, Dak. I hope he does it. I don't see it. I think Shador gonna fall to 12, and we're gonna draft him. I think that's why Jerry Jones has concocted a plan to put this slander campaign out on Shador, so he does fall to 12, and then we can draft him, and everything gonna be all right.
Well, I'm not mad at that.
That's the only way I can see this slander campaign coming out. I actually heard. Me and my cousin was at this little golf simulator thing, and it was a group of gentlemen. Right, I'm just leaving them at gentlemen, and they said that they were talking like they said, I don't. There's no way Shador is gonna be a good NFL quarterback.
He's black and flashy. We know how this goes, bro. We know how this goes.
I
Bro.
I didn't even
Both
decide.
parents.
I
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah.
decide to engage in that. I let it slide. I'm growing.
We know how they go.
My PSA for the day. All right, skipping, moving on. Our PSA for the day. All right. And I got to do this because my little cousin did it to me earlier this week, and I had a major problem with it. But hey, y'all young boys, man, YNs, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, man, stop sending old heads these abbreviations, man. We don't know what the shit means, bro. Like, I didn't know that RD meant all right. There's a whole bunch of fucking abbreviations that y'all are making up that don't none of us know. Don't send that to your parents. Don't send that to your older cousins. Don't send that to your uncles. We don't know what that shit means. Send us the actual word. It's an extra 2 letters on your iPhone. And so don't stop sending us these little weak ass abbreviations, man. Use the whole word, use the whole sentence, and so we can communicate. So I don't gotta ask you what the fuck RD means and how RD means all right. Like, stop doing that shit, man. God damn. All right. So we're gonna skip to our 5 segment, right? Another for our youngins out there. Okay. And the topic for today is make sure you beware of the male best friend. Beware of the male best friend. If your girl got a male best friend, make sure you beware. All right. And I'm gonna say my piece first and then I'm gonna hand it off. But as a man, right, women, you gotta understand that. Well, I'm not even speaking to women. I'm speaking to my youngest out here. As a man, we are not going to be friends with a female unless and this is most of the time. It's not everybody. This is most of the time. We're not gonna be friends with a female unless we find that female attractive, right? That's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? And so make sure if you got a girl you watching that male best friend. Because if your girl come home vulnerable or she want to talk to somebody about you, she going to him. And the easiest thing for him to do is right to be that little shoulder that she can use to cry on. You know what I'm saying? And then him weasel his way in there and be there for her, right? Because we know that a vulnerable woman is real vulnerable. It's vulnerable in multiple different aspects. And that male best friend is going to be there to take advantage of that vulnerability, right? We've all been there as men. Well, most of us have been there as men to take advantage of that vulnerability. And that's her friend, right? Because she knows him, they're cool. So everything outside of probably his appearance or whatever, she knows his personality. They're around each other all the time. So who better to take advantage of that vulnerability than him? Right? Now, are we saying most women are fucking their best friend? No, not saying that. Because women, they don't have to operate like that. They can be friends with a dude and not find him attractive. Right? But men, we're visual people. So most of the time, we're not going to be friends with a female unless we find her attractive. And which also means that if she end up throwing the box at us at some point, we probably going to catch it. Now, am I going to does that mean I'm going to always press my female best friend? No, I might not press her at all. I might just sit back and chill. We might be friends forever if she don't never throw the box. But if she does, that male best friend is probably going to be there to catch it and dunk it backwards, right? So, my youngest, make sure you keep your eye on that male best friend. Make sure you keep your eye on him because just know he's there for whenever she fuck up, he's there to be ready to catch that joint and score, okay? So just keep your eye on your male best friend. All right, how you feel about male best friends, Lon?
Man, listen. If you really want to, first of all, if you want to do a test before I tell you how I feel,
Oh yeah.
ask your girl,
Yes,
tell your girl to text her male best friend and say,
absolutely,
"Come over, let's Netflix and chill."
absolutely. And guess what? He on
That's
two wheels.
for real.
He on two
You heard
wheels.
that good?
He gonna
Look,
probably
the
pull
thing
up with
ain't
the
go.
flowers that she like, with the wine that she like, because he know all the information. So he probably gonna pull up. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Continue. My bad.
that's your best. That's you're good. You're good. 'Cause that was a great insertion. Yeah. Hey man, listen. If you gotta even keep an eye on the male best friend, it ain't even worth it, dog. Like I want a woman smart enough to understand that I want a girl like my man, my best friend. That's the type of woman I need. Okay, because women through some experiences, yeah, women are a little naive in the earlier stages, but if they got a little life on them, they know like okay, in the back of their heads, if I ask this nigga to smash, he's gonna smash. So if she's keeping that nigga around, bro, he's probably a replacement or
No,
it's
let me
more going
pause you
on.
before I let you finish. Like,
Go
bro,
ahead,
these
bro.
girls be naive, bro. I really be thinking sometimes they just be wanting to be friends with these niggas. Like, and they really be thinking these niggas
Hmm.
be genuine, which they might be sometimes. They just don't know. And that's why I'm here to tell you two women, like, we're here to tell you
Hmm.
that he's sitting over there waiting to catch it if you throw it. If you don't never throw it, then
I,
cool. But he's sitting there waiting to
I,
catch it if you throw it. My bad.
but no, I think because we're a little older, brother, I would expect a female to be smarter, but then again, I can't put nothing past nobody. And you're absolutely right, dog. A lot of these women are naive. I just know, like, I would think, right? Experience in life, in the back of your head that he was smashed. But maybe some women are naive to that. But I say that to say this to the fellas. Hey, dog, we ain't. I don't play that shit, bro. If you want to have a male best friend, we ain't gonna be together. What you need to talk to him, like for real? What you need to talk to him about that you can't talk to me about? Or your uncle, or your cousin, or your father, your grandfather. Like, it's so many males in your family. Why you need a whole male best friend? Y'all can't be. This ain't love and bats. This ain't. What was that? Was it Brown Sugar with Tay Diggs?
Yeah.
Selling my divorce. Like, come on. They end up smacking at the end of the movie. Like, no, no, no. I don't play the best friend shit, man. I'm not telling you what to do. You just ain't doing it with me. Okay. I am your best
Right.
friend. Like, there's nothing, the other guy, no other game, no leadership, nothing else, no side conversation that he can give you that I can't give you. That goes to the gay best friend too, because you niggas ain't slick either.
Oh, see, all right. Yeah, we go. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic for another day, man. It's been a
Yeah,
great
that's a whole other
episode,
topic,
man.
but niggas, yeah, yeah.
Great
Newsflash, bro.
episode,
The
man.
gay niggas be hitting.
Before we get
Okay, they be
closer,
hitting some of these ladies. That ain't cancel. It's the
bro,
truth.
it's been a great episode, man. It's another episode of Lunching with Don and
Am I
Lon,
lying on
man.
that? All right, all right, all right,
You
all right.
got to chill. You
I
got to
don't trust
relax.
no nigga. Okay.
I'm your man, the Don of all Dons, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, man. We appreciate it. We have the 26 subscribers on YouTube, man. And we got one of our clips going viral now. So make sure y'all check out our
Yeah.
Instagram page, Lunchin_Don Lon. On TikTok, Lunchin Don Lon, man. Make sure y'all follow us, share, like, subscribe. I'm the Don of all Dons. It's my dog, Lonnie Cabal.
Yeah.
And we out, man. We see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.